have any money left in your pocket, so I'm going to cut every single support that I ever gave you. And if you think you're going to be able to go to the toilet on your working break, forget again. Because we're going to cut workers' breaks, and we're going to make sure that you just work hardcore for 8 hours a day. Now, I think the Prime Minister, his Right Honourable John Key, where are you, John? My good mate, John.
Right here.
What are you doing, my good mate, John? Rightio. John, what are we up to at the moment? Seems like we're doing a damn fine job of wrecking this fine country. Now, what else do you think we can do to wreck it?
Well, we're doing a damn fine job on every angle. I mean, we are the political wing of the Business Round Table, and we're doing a damn fine job of making sure that we maximise profit and make sure we bring everything from the public sector into the private sector. That's how we roll, that's our purpose, and we're doing a damn fine job.
John, aren't you lying again? Like, don't you just want to tell these people about how you actually want to spy on them? I mean, isn't that kind of why we're here today? We're hiding here because they can't see us and we're looking at them.
It's not a matter of spying on people. I mean, we've been doing that for decades. It's a matter of making it legal, legitimising what we've been doing for decades. We don't need to listen to the Law Society, we don't need to listen to the Legislative Committee, we don't need to listen to the Human Rights Committee or the Privacy Committee or Tech Liberty. They don't know what they're talking about.
We don't need to listen to the people, John. We don't actually need to listen to the people, do we, John? Oh, look, John, they're calling you compost over there. What have you got to say about that, compost? I mean, you're right, Honourable.
Compost, too good a word for me. Compost's got a lot of value. So the idea, if everyone can come to the front and take a post-it note and write your thoughts on a post-it note and stick the post-it note to the coffin. So there's pens at the front, there's post-it notes, so come and express yourself.
John, that's a democracy to express yourself. And these people here, they're not here for democracy. They're here to make sure that their rights are overridden, that they don't have a voice, that they're not going to vote, and they certainly don't care that we take away their rights. So, because you don't, I urge you not to come to the front and write your message on the coffin. I mean, we might pretend to have a look at it, but it'll just be wasting your time, so don't bother about democracy. Next here, I'll do it all for you.
On a serious note, it's very important that everyone does get their vote in for the local body election.
Excuse me, John, local body elections. We just throw out local bodies like we did with Environment Canterbury. Don't pretend to these people that they're going to have a vote. I'm trying to throw out Auckland at the moment by rewriting their plan. And the RMA changes that Amy announced this morning. Picture perfect. We could throw out all of everybody's rights. John, stop trying to pretend we're in a democracy. John, you really need a bit of direction from your hardcore MPs like me, Nick Smith. Vote for me and Nelson next year. Ooh.
Okay, I give up in the facade of democracy. Come and write stuff here, and we will maybe disregard it, or we might even glance at it, or we might not even bother doing that.
I think we'll just burn it, eh? Now, they tell me that tonight outside the Rutherford Hotel, those poor people of Nelson are having a soup kitchen at 6 o'clock. I mean, for goodness sake, a soup kitchen. You're better off putting your black tie on and your gear and your pretty blue dress. Oh, I like someone over there who's got a pretty blue something on. Oh, it's a top. But you can put your pretty blue dress on and come to our lovely National Party dinner. It'll cost you a few hundred pennies, but much more fun than that soup kitchen at 6 o'clock, which I understand everybody is welcome to come to. Where'd you go, John? Oh, there you go, John.
Well, only obviously the $200 to get in is because we want to filter out all of the rabble. You know, we only want to listen to people that have got something to bring to the table, and only people with money have got anything to bring to the table. That's, you know, our perception, that's how we roll. I mean, we are the political wing of the Business Round Table, aka National.
John, one of your mates just knocked on my door the other day, and he told me that you better swing a deal and pass a law because he wants to do something pretty shocking actually around the outskirts of some city somewhere. But no problem, eh? We can just pass it under urgency like we did last week, and like we will try and do with all the other things. We just pass it under urgency. That's okay, isn't it, John?
Well, I mean, I have to look at the deal. How much are they offering?
I think someone whispered that they might pay for our National Party conference this weekend, but shh, don't tell anybody that.
Well, when you get a willing buyer and a willing seller, you can make a deal. I mean, we can sell off legislation to the highest bidder, and that's what we will do, that's what we have done, and that is our modus operandi. So if you've got an offer, bring it to us. What law do you want changed? What will you pay us? We'll sit down and we'll make a deal.
That's a bloody good idea. That's a bloody good idea. Now, I'll tell you something else. There's a few assets that the people of New Zealand have been saving up for quite a few years. They own them and the dividends go to those poor people. But I actually think we should hock them off to our really, really rich overseas people, and then the money can go offshore, and then we can impoverish the people of Aotearoa, New Zealand a bit more. Oh, did I say Aotearoa? Sorry. New Zealand a bit more. So I reckon we should hock off things like Mighty River Power. What do you reckon? Oh, that's right, we're already hocking that one off. What about Meridian? Yeah, let's get rid of that one. What do you reckon, John?
Well, we've got to strip all the assets, we've got to suck out the wealth, we've got to sell it to our mates overseas. That's what we exist for. We have to make sure that we bank with foreign banks, like the government banks with Westpac, and we do that to make sure that all of our interest flows overseas. 20 billion a year flows overseas to our friends overseas.
Hey, I've got an even better idea. They reckon that we've got a bit of oil offshore, you know? I reckon we should drill, baby, and dig, baby, and mine, baby, and stuff over our environment, and turn the waters on our coastal waters into something that looks like the Gulf of Mexico. We should warm the planet, and then we should make sure there's no people living and no creatures as well, because we'll stuff them over. What do you reckon about that one, John?
Well, we're in a situation we've got a shitload of oil out there, and people are willing to pay a lot of money for it. So, well, I mean, our environment, well, that doesn't have a dollar value on it. The oil in the ground does, so let's suck it up out of the ground, ship it overseas, and make a quick buck for our friends.
You know what, John? I reckon we're on to a winner, eh? I reckon we've got these people sussed. I reckon they don't care anymore. They're too busy out shopping on a Saturday, filling their little bags with plastics that we keep bringing and importing. And while we do that, we import them and we push down the wages and we make our own people redundant. And we just import stuff from overseas and we don't give a toss of monkeys. Whoops. We don't care. Oh, we do care actually about our workers, don't we? But actually there's too many of them. They're lazy, they complain too much. So, you know, this de-unionising and getting rid of organisation in the workplace, I mean, that's an outrage. Organisation in the workplace. And as for living wage, I mean, look at that woman over there. She sits in Parliament. She's got a living wage shirt on. God, what are we talking about? Get rid of the living wage, make them poorer, and we'll be the better for it.
Well, people always wanted something for nothing. People wanted breaks. Morning breaks, lunch break, afternoon breaks. They want to have time off for, business people to pay for them when they're sick. And well, all of these rights, what we need is a workforce of flexible workers. When you can work, you work. When you can't work, you don't get any money. That's fair, surely.
Yeah, that's fair, surely, but hey, guess what? I'm not going to tell anybody, but I've got to go to a secret meeting to sign something on the TPPA. So, John, got to get out of here. Thanks for being my buddy. Keep passing those draconian laws and I'll love you forever. Got to go sign that TPPA. Ciao, John.
Ciao, Nick. TPPA, that means our legacy outlived the government and we can't renege on it, so the idea is that even when you vote us out, our big friends overseas will still be sucking the profits out of New Zealand. Trade tribunals will replace the rule of law. Ha 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 ha.
Stayed up late doing it.
You stayed up late doing this?
Yeah, painting my sign.
It's
Democratic rights, protest. Fuck yeah.
Those are words that all New Zealanders should be taking note of. It's time
You
for a
gotta fight
change.
for your right.
You do indeed. Use your voice, not your fist. Passifists, people.